sisters, everybody. The reason for this quick video going live is because I've got too much to do. There's a lot of you that have recently joined. I've added 35 people today. The actual group size itself at 1,700 and something is very active, so you're keeping me very busy. I don't have much free time to to do anything other than to administer this family. So what I'm going to say is thank you very much for everybody that's helping out, everybody that's involved at the minute. It's really good to see. There's a fantastic amount of things going off. So initially this is an update for the existing members. It's to let the new members what we're doing, how we're getting on. Hello Carl and Craig. Yeah, I don't have a lot of free time. You guys are working together, you're pulling together, we're covering a broad amount of subjects. My head, it's amazing I'm not bald. So we've got 1 week to go. We've posted up the event links for how to get here, how to find us in Birmingham. That'll be PDF download. We need to try and keep it as secure as we can for various reasons. So we're going to look at running taxi services, using a van from the train station to the actual venue itself. 50 people have said they're going to come so far. If each person brings one person, that's a head count of 100. So we've got the facilities for up to 100 thereabouts. So make sure that you do only sign up and confirm and pledge to attend if you are actually coming. So what will we be discussing is up to you. You tell us the subjects that you want to discuss. There's going to be admins turning up. There's going to be a varied amount of people in the group, new members, existing members turning up. So we're expecting a broad spectrum of new and existing. It'd be good to meet up with the admins that I've not actually met face to face in the flesh. Fist bump for real, give some man hugs, stuff like that. Yeah, and the other members, the active members, the new members, obviously we need to say hello. We have got various tactics of which we're going to bring to the table. We will be streaming on the YouTube account and the Facebook account, but at various points in the day these will be turned off because I am aware that we are being monitored. There is sensitive key data that we're going to discuss regarding the statuses and how to correct court procedures, civil procedure rules, how to possibly look at protection, indemnification, and the fighting is now over. We are no longer of the stance that we need to fight when we go to court. We need to start controlling the court, understanding the court, instructing the court, and then possibly convening a court of common law into equity or having it moved into private proceeding, private hearing. So the Treasury Direct accounts, oh my days, that's just exploded. I've had a seepage. I understand what's going on, but I don't think everybody does, so that will be discussed. This is not to take over the topic of the day. We have an agenda, we have some targets, and we have some objectives that we need to discuss, we need to get out, and we need to complete. So this trust issue and equity takes priority. The Treasury Direct accounts, it's exploded at the minute, and the SARA and everything else people are talking about, and the OPPT and the I-UV freedom stuff and the UCC will be discussed. We will give our opinion on that. We are running some tests in the background, and we advise people not to touch these and not to use them until you have done some kind of indemnification, claimed them, got authority to them. So I'm not going to talk about these too much because that's not my bag, and I understand what they are. I can show you a link to the Treasury Direct account through the treasury.gov link, and you type in your bond serial numbers. So you would type in your driving license, passport or birth certificate number, and you'll get a valuation on the bond certificates of which you've got. So this is not the priority. These are going to come about later down the line. We will talk about the Treasury Direct accounts and the funds and how you would utilise these facilities. These are routing numbers used by the Treasury and obviously in America. So the agendas are to teach people how to understand the environment they're in. So there's a basic need for everybody to know how to speak, what language they're speaking, what language people are speaking to them in, how to correspond, what to correspond to, when to perform a notice, when you should contract, everything like that. Will we speak on Article 61? Yes, Connor, of course we will. Anything is open. You guys, we've got big love for you. We want to, you know, discuss and examine everything. What happened with Ollie didn't help. You know what I mean? There was a big downturn with that. I will tell you now, I've taken my oath. I've pledged allegiance to the landmass England, the people and the environment. That's it. I will join up with the barons if they want us to, but I think it's on us. I think it's all on us. We haven't got the, you know, the agreements of such, have we? We haven't got, it's like a trust was formed. We're concentrating on trust and equity. A trust was formed with the Magna Carta and the trust has been broken. That's all I can say. But we are willing to give it a try. We are willing to, you know, reinforce broken down relationships. You guys have got the constitutional side licked. We've got the court, the CPR, the rules, the actual processes itself, the language. We understand it. No, we don't understand it. We overstand it, we decode it, and we advise people what is happening. That's all we do. So yeah, Article 61. Mark Taylor, he is right. People should hold off till the jigsaw is complete, then it will hit headlines. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it is brilliant. We're open. We're not big-headed. We haven't got a 100% proven way yet of what's winning, but we are getting very close. We've used Chrissy Morris's technique with the data request £10 fee for the driving offences, PCNs. That's working well. We're using conditional acceptance offers, which you guys use in lawful rebellion. They work well. We are following contract law. You've got to remember, when it's a contract, it's argued in a court and allegedly of common law. I know magistrates and counties aren't exactly legal and operating in common, but they are civil. When you operate within an agreement, you operate in equity. That's something else needs to happen. That's trust law. This is where it gets confused. We've exploded and expanded a lot on this. We need to teach you about it. We need to set up the trusts. When you have property, it's better not to own it, and it's better to put it into a trust. That way, you do not own it. This will be all explained. It's absolutely amazing what we've found. We're changing direction somewhat, so yeah, anything you want discussing, anything that you pose to us, we will bring up to the table. We will show you techniques and remedies that have worked, and if we need to amend and correct and alter the course, then we will do so. That's not a problem at all. So yeah, like I say, 50 people have actually signed up now. We're expecting them to bring one each. That'll take it to about 100. If you do want articulate, concise, specific information, then you need to attend, because you're not necessarily going to get that if you're watching it through the feeds. We will record it and put it onto the YouTube channel, but we need to bear in mind there are rules out there, there are people watching, there are things we need to be careful of and how we say things, because yes, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to get pulled up for any kind of inciting anything or domestic charges for anything. Neither do you guys. So it's a peaceful gathering. It's an amazing thing that we're doing. It was only 18 months ago that November 15, that we opened Sovereigns, and I created it, and I didn't understand the words such as acquiescence and estoppel. So to say what we're tackling now and the successes that we're having, Jack Woodhead's grandma was one of the first major big successes that we had. That was a group effort. You guys are our sovereigns. You are the actual group, because I haven't got all the answers and all the knowledge to everything. I can reference, copy, save, backup, archive and facilitate your interaction, your bits of work. David Russell's contribution, Lee Monroe's contribution, the Lawful Rebellion's contribution, the Lawful Collective sharing, the actual brothers and sisterhoods that we've got, Joy Mia, that's Common Law for Dummies, the Council Tax My Arse. The actual fact that all these groups that were once fragmented have put the differences to one side. If they don't know how to help somebody or to solve it, they will pass you on to somebody that does. We all have got each other's backs now. We haven't got an attitude. We're not actually asking for any money. We're doing this in our free time. I'm getting 65 plus notifications a day. We're getting such amount of traffic. It's got out of control. So this video is also to say you need now more than ever to start looking after yourselves. We've created something. We've got various environments and groups running off. I am not any more authoritative than any of you lot. All I did was create it and facilitate it, appoint some admins. So yeah, wow, amazing. We're very excited. I'm so proud of what's happened. I have got faith in humanity. We aren't beaten yet. We are not consenting. We do not contract. The paperwork and PDFs that we've got in Sovereigns at the minute, there's over 250 PDFs in there for you to grab, have a look at, use for reference. We're not telling you to use anything. We're giving you a different angle, direction and structure into a world of which coexists simultaneously with your reality that you've just stepped out of and woke up into. So we're going to go through the basics. Initially, for a beginner's course, a crash course, we can get some online seminars going. Ultimately, I'd like to not retire, but leave my job as a slave master for a corporation and just dedicate this to weekly meetings, getting a van, driving about, doing seminars, going online, facilitating weekly pop-ups or monthly pop-up meetings in various cities: Leeds, Birmingham, Manchester, Sheffield, London, the big main cities. Get some pop-ups going there, get some splinter satellite groups going. The national network of sovereigns, we need to enforce that more as well. So when these debt collectors posing as court bailiffs or warrant enforcement officers turn up, we have a bit more knowledge between us, we have a bit more resources. So yeah, it's just fantastic. I needed to do this video though because I can't keep up with everything. There are a horrendous amount of messages, of telephone calls, of texts and of emails. So I'm doing my best to keep up. The admins are doing what they can do. Thank you very much for everything. Yes, I am proud, Julia, and I'm proud of you lot as well. The people that are actually attending court and trying these remedies and are pioneering new ways and getting the reaction of the clerk of justices or the robe itself, and seeing what kind of headway we're making with the new policies and procedures, and taking the birth certificate and presenting that. Actually trying to use equity in the court and instructing the people in the in a civil what they call now, instructing or compelling them in their capacity as a fiduciary to do as they're told. And if they're not doing as they're told, then we will refer them. And now we can recite the 1911 Perjury Act, and we can go on about fraud, and we can go on about every case law and bring up stuff that's already working for us and what people have done already. We have got very strong. We haven't broken any law. We haven't committed any crimes. We haven't instructed anybody to do anything. We're just working as a family unit, as a brotherhood, as a sisterhood. We're doing it for free. We're not advertising. We're not endorsing. I had an hour-long chat with Steve McRae yesterday. That was amazing. Big respect to him for doing that. I understand now that he wasn't avoiding, or he come into Sovereigns about a month ago, 3 weeks ago. I'd heard rumours about him. I'd seen him talk at the Nottingham the BCG meeting when I went to see David Robinson. I didn't get to talk to him, and then he hadn't answered my messages. We hadn't made friendship. He hadn't accepted me, and I was a bit sceptical as to what was going on. So respect to Steve and his team for answering that call that I put out. I had a long chat with him. I understand fully what he does. I condone and respect what he does. He's a very clever man. Very, very clever man. And yeah, thank you for that. I'm not going to do anything else other than direct you to his site. What Steve does is offer a trust service, and him and his team have got an email contact there. You can use that if you choose to want to go down that route and pursue that kind of in-depth, articulate communication towards the house of God and stuff. Then yeah, go and have a look. We will discuss all this further. This is again up for discussion down at the meeting in Birmingham. Make sure you get the external link that Daryl Haycox has put on. And you'll sign up, then you get another link to that, you get the PDF, and that'll have the address on it. Please keep it confidential. You can share this event. Everybody is welcome. There is no charge for it. We will discuss and have an open mic. It won't be us or me talking to you. You'll get to meet the admins, the administrators. We are looking to increase that because of the size of the group and how we're evolving now. We are going to be looking at making a group trust for protection, and obviously we're going to find some webmasters and increase the website so we can have a chat page like what Facebook's offering. But we ultimately need to get off this domain ASAP. So I've created a backup for us primarily, but it doesn't serve its purpose. So we'll spend a bit more money and we'll get some webmasters in and some engineers. We'll see what you want, and we'll build another site. The trolls and shrills we're not bothered about. We encourage you to come down. We will turn you around and show you the light peacefully. The same with anybody that's in the forces, that's been in the services. When I'm adding members to the group, I do check profiles and I have a little history run on you. There's a lot of people that have come from the civil sector, from the military forces, that are ex-policemen, ex-services. We do encourage you guys to come down. We do want you in the family. We want you to bring your experiences. We want you to tell us your stories, how you think you've been treated, how the Help for Heroes is going, how your government's looked after you, what you think about the foreign war policy, what you think about, you know, everything that's going off currently with Westminster and these lot behind us, what they're doing, how they're playing it. This is very important. We've got a woman in number 10 who isn't actually supposed to. She's got power, but she hasn't been elected with any power. So the country's in a lot of trouble. We've had mass attacks down here. We don't know whether they're true or whether they're false. We've had bombings at children's concerts. It's surreal. It really is. And you guys need to keep a tab on this, and you need to help. It's crazy at the backlash of it, though. Wouldn't do it again, but I do believe it. Dre Duffy, hello, good evening. The information is all there. Steve McRae is watching. Yes, respect, brother. Thank you for yesterday. I've already publicly said that. It's put me back on the path again. I've promoted your website, and I'm amazed by it. I'm absolutely blown away. So that's all I've got to say, really. You recap this, it'll be uploaded and saved. Thank you for watching. We've got a lot of work to be doing. We are not hurting, and we are not endorsing anything other than free love, research, looking after each other, getting to know your neighbour. Doesn't matter what skin colour people have got. Stop thinking about people being in pigeonholes and boxes and whatnot. Don't listen to the mainstream media too much. Don't believe everything you read and see. Don't believe me and the people that you hear speaking. Use your due diligence. Use the documents we've put in the groups. Use the references. Use a search engine other than Google. It's called DuckDuckGo. Look at independent search engines. Look at various sources. Don't rely on Wikipedia. I wouldn't say that's a great source of information. Start collecting law books and things like that. Yes, do use YouTube and channels like what we've provided, and, you know, source everything. Come into Sovereigns, promote, share, you know, copy, paste. We give you authority to share everything we've done. We give you permission. It's all open source and free. If you do have any problems in the future and you don't seem to be getting an answer quick enough, then you are able to tag the admins. You are able to tag me as well. I'm very excited, even though I'm keeping calm and composed and trying to speak slowly. Inside of just like a scribble, to be honest, with the excitement, the anticipation, the amazing work that we're doing, the amount of subjects that we're going to be covering, the networks that we're forming, the openness, the friendliness, the amount of offers and kindness that's come out of this, the amount of, you know, the positivity, the vibration, the consciousness. There's hundreds of topics, really, there is, that it's like, it's all connected into one. And these guys have had the monopoly for so long, and obviously some of you are more, you know, an advanced stage than others, but no matter what stage you are at, we will be able to facilitate, inform, give you literature, point you in the area of groups, give you YouTube video playlists, source and reference the legislation, statute, historical events, kings, wars, battles, anything that you want, really. Get the dictionary out, compare the Black's Law Dictionary definitions and the Halesbury and the Blackstones and the Oxford Concise, and talk about etymology and phonetics, and it's just massive. It really is. So we have got a structure, and we know what it is. We're going to let you tell us what you want. We're going to have an open mic session. It's just going to be amazing. I've got a plan, but I haven't got a plan. The admins are going to get up and help me, so if you're watching this, be prepared to get on the mic. Anybody that does want to speak, bring a story to the table. Advantages of that is, you know, we'll turn off the broadcasts if you want. We'll honour privacy, and it's on like Donkey Kong. I'm very proud and very happy. I apologise if I haven't got back to you. It's just too much going on with the messages, the information, the traffic, my own life, work, doing this, getting this event sorted. So everybody that's helping, big love, respect and big love for that. It really is fantastic. So yes, look after yourselves. Don't post account numbers online. People in these groups that have been set up, don't post account numbers. Remember privacy. Julia, David, Dre, yes, thank you. Looking forward to it. Yes, shaking hands, fist bumping, hugging, for cementing the foundations of what's going to be happening going forward. We're not safe, we're not secure, we haven't got anybody to help us. Our children, our children's children, the technology, the way that things are evolving, the way that things are done in private, in cloak and dagger, the way that things aren't publicised, the way that things are done in a secret language, deceitfully, the way that things are starting to crumble and new technologies and ways are coming to form now. We're actually getting the consciousness with us, so we can actually start to empower others. We can protect others. We don't actually tell you what to do. All we do is hear your problems, stick together and tell you other people, show you other people what they've done, how it's worked, give you the options. It's your decision, and obviously together now we'll form a family unit, move forward. God knows what's going to come of it, but it can't be anything worse than just leaving it, can it? Always do your own research, yes. Start at the beginning of the process, yes. I will bring the indictment laid, lol. Yes, David. We've seen everything you've been doing, the video casts and stuff like that. I encourage more people. It isn't easy to get on the camera. It isn't nice to get on the camera. Not got a script. We think from the, here, but it actually comes from here. You just get on it and do it. We've got the technology. We're more connected now than ever, but we're more separated than ever. We're more isolated. We're going backwards with intelligence, but yet we've got smartphones. We've got connections that get us to any website in seconds. We can arrange stuff like what I've done, built the website, gone on YouTube, found the Twitter, made a Twitter, should I say, linked up this Facebook, created the event. Serge, brilliant. Again, that man didn't forget. Nearly did, to say thank you for your help, making random connections, getting telephone calls from people wanting to help and set stuff up. Without your help, none of this would happen. So it doesn't happen unless we all get together and we all believe in the same thing. So it seems that we are getting together, we believe in the same thing, and I don't know what to say now other than Saturday the 29th, Birmingham. This is the making of the future. So peace, love and light, sovereigns. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work. I'll get in touch as soon as I can, as soon as I'm able to catch up. And I'm so proud it's untrue. I could cry. It's very emotional. Ciao, Bella.